taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
Yo, King P, fill us in on the Crawford Errol Spence update situation for we pack it up. So at least we touch on a little boxing, and you know we've been doing hip hop for a good minute though.
No problem. So let me get into that. So first, now I just want to say rest in peace to Takeoff. So you know what I'm saying,
definitely
you'll never, legacy will live on. Migos will definitely never be forgotten. So your contributions will never be forgotten. So
one of the best to do it.
Yes, absolutely. So let's get into some boxing before we get out of here. So I think nobody has had their been living under a rock. No, everybody that follows boxing knows what's been going on with Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, and we were supposed to get the fight, and then something happened, and then we just been waiting forever and ever, and then finally we were hit with the bombshell that Crawford is now fighting David Avanesian on BLK Prime. Yes, I think the boxing world went up in arms, collectively, when that happened.
Hold on, so are we in agreement? Is it Black Prime or BLK?
No. No. I was told. I was clarified with this the other day. It is BLK Prime.
It's BLK Prime. It's BLK Prime. I forget.
Yes.
So they doing the opposite of the zone.
Yes.
Honestly, BLK Prime sounds like a cross between maybe a Burger King Happy Meal with Transformers.
BLK Prime.
The only BLK I know is a dating app, because there's a dating app called
BLK. BLK Prime does sound like a bad, B budget superhero villain or something.
Hey nigga, you seen the episode when BLK Prime showed up?
Went to attack.
I mean, he was he got shut down. Krillin took care of him.
But I mean, Bud and Spence are literally going at it right now as we've been talking. They've been going at the past hour or two.
So what happened?
Right, so who been kicking the hardest bars then?
I gotta check again. But so what happened was, Crawford said yesterday, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go online on IG Live, and I'm going to tell my side of the story. And he went on at 10 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Pacific time. And yesterday he went in and he told his side of the story. And he talked about, Al and Al Heyman and all of that. And he was like, Al's a good dude. He's charming. I like talking to him. But, Spence is his guy. Because, the thing was that, there was a leaked call that Spence had with someone, and he was talking about how Bud was being unreasonable and he wanted to talk to Al directly, not even through lawyers or anything like that. So people just thought it was crazy that he wanted to talk to Al directly. So apparently Bud is saying he did talk to Al directly, and that he didn't like how the deals that he was giving him, and that he said that there were two companies out there that were willing to give him and Spence $25 million apiece for the fight. And Crawford called up Spence himself and said, yo, are you interested in this fight, for $25 million apiece? And I guess Crawford says Spence was interested, but he had to ask Heyman for permission.
He had to ask his team.
And so Spence never called back. And so Bud ended up calling Al himself and told him about the this is basically a hedge fund that was willing to put up money for the fight.
Two of them.
And he said Al didn't want to do it.
Mm-hmm. So, he said PBC. I mean, nobody else is touching that fight except PBC.
Exactly. So he said that Crawford said that he was never offered a guarantee or any transparency. He was just told, take it or leave it. And so he's like, you know what? I'm not going to do this. And he was like, people were asking him, oh, well, how come you haven't done any of this with Aram? Why do you want to know all of this with Al? And he said, because Aram always gave me a guarantee. They didn't want to give me a guarantee. They just wanted to give me a take it or leave it, no guarantee. And he's like, I still took it because I wanted the upside and I wanted the fight, and they didn't want to give me the details or any of that. And he was like, when I was doing all of this, Spence was under a rock. He went silent. He didn't do anything. He didn't say anything, and all of that stuff.
Basically, the narrative was Bud sitting at the table with the big wigs, and Spence still got to answer, to people, and Bud's his own boss. He's literally negotiating at the table. That's the narrative. So,
and apparently, Bud told Al he wanted him to sit down, him, Al, and Spence, all three of them sit down in a room and negotiate the fight and come to a deal. And he was told there's no need for that. That's never been done ever. Like, even Floyd and Pacquiao didn't do that. Like, and that was considered a bigger fight. And they didn't even do that with them and Bob and Al. Like, that didn't happen. There was no need for that to happen. And apparently, he wanted to meet Al, but Al had I guess Al Heyman, and this was kind of fucked up that Bud did this. I guess Al told him he couldn't meet with him, or because Al's mother was sick. And so Bud was like, okay, you know what I'm saying, just handle your business and we'll do this another time, get back to me. That, first of all, you shouldn't have put out that. Nobody needed to know that Al's mother was sick. Like, why you put that out on Push Street like that? That's that's fucked up. Like, and so he was like, I was waiting for them to call me back and they never got back to me. And so I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to take this deal. And he's like, I heard through the grapevine that Spence is fighting Keith Thurman. And he's like, he was making fun of him for it because he's like, you said all this time that you would never fight Thurman. You would never give him a shot. Where was all that? You know what I'm saying? You're not a man of your word. You're not the truth. All of this. And he was just like, oh, I understand, because you even though you don't want to fight him, he's the biggest fight that you can make, aside from me. So you're going to have to make that because you have no say in the matter. Like, he was trying to be like, I'm a boss. You're not a boss. You need Al's permission for everything. And so I'm not going to deal with that. He's like, Spence, you said you want to spin the block. So you want to come back and do this again. So I'm going to do my fight. You can do whatever your fight is. And then we can come back again and do this again. Until then, I'm just going to be on BLK Prime. And he couldn't even say BLK. He kept butchering it. Like, he could not say BLK Prime.
And he did mess up. Hold on, I'm Team Bud a little bit. Come on. He did mess up on it, but that's
no, he messed on it times. He could not fucking say BLK Prime. He kept butchering it.
His commercial today, his promo, he did say BLK Prime.
Like,
yeah, even that commercial is whack. Like, that felt like a Family Guy cutaway. Like, this nigga's playing chess in a fucking boxing ring. First of all, when has Crawford ever like had a type of fight where he has to play chess master type shit? Like you the favorite for all these niggas you be fighting, B. So like, that was just weird. And they try to make it, I guess, seem like he's some genius. He's making moves. So I guess he was like, I want to show these niggas I'm making chess moves. So put a chessboard in here. Like, yeah, good idea, boss. Like, yeah. And it's like, that shit is not sending the message you want to send. Like, you pretentious motherfucker. Like,
and so shit. I just want to say this. So within the past hour, they're back to tweeting because
oh yeah, updates.
No, they're still going at it right now. It's like the
Crawford was like, Spence. How come Spence not saying anything? Like, he's been silent the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So he should say something. Get his side out. And so Errol tweeted out 45 minutes ago, all money, not good money. I asked him where the 50 million was coming from, who is over the hedge fund putting the money up, and he couldn't tell me. I think we all just need to meet in person, and with the laughing emoji. Crawford replies, LOL, you can't put that on your kids, nigga. You asked about the back end and said you gonna talk to your people and see what they say. You a whole fraud on my kid's life. You know you had to get permission to even commit back, nigga. You watched my live. Now you got something to say.
There's too much of a transcript. Like Spence and Butter. I mean, Spence kind of went off like 20 tweets. They're still going at it right now. The past hour, there's a lot.
I mean, some with some good ones. I mean, damn.
Yeah, and he said, oh no, yeah, they keep going about it. He's like, if Spence was his so-called boss, then why I had to talk to Al? That's right, I couldn't talk to you because when I did, you said you had to talk to your people.
Yeah, Spence said
you could fool all that who don't know you really is, but you can't fool me.
Yeah, Spence also said, all money, not good money. I asked him where 50 mil coming from, who was over the hedge fund, putting money up. He couldn't tell me.
I mentioned that part.
Oh, you said that one?
Damn, hold on. Did y'all do the same thing y'all did in the fucking group chat on the goddamn podcast?
Hey, at least Pat ain't here to yell at us. At least Pat ain't here to go up.
Nigga, I'm here. Fuck that.
Yeah, I can't even tell you to scroll up because there's no scrolling up in the damn podcast.
Like, I can't even tell you because it's live. Like, wow, I just had to call it out. Shout outs to Pat. Damn, like these niggas still doing this shit. But I don't know, man. Like, all right, let me just ask, like yo, Pilot. I'm gonna just be. I want to just hear from you.
All right, what's up?
Like, I'm gonna ask you a series of questions.
Okay.
At 100%, 60-40, 50-50, 80-20, whatever, 90-10, between Crawford and Spence, who you say is more at fault for this not happening, the fight not happening right now?
I mean, I say it's 100% to 0 PBC. I'm blaming PBC and him and all them 100%. It's not Spence. It's not Spence's fault to me.
Now, why are you saying it's PBC's fault 100%?
Because under these tweets, literally, that reinforce my notion on that is, let me see if I can actually pull the actual numbers. Mikey Garcia, 3 million, 50% pay-per-view split. Sean Porter, 2 million, 40% split. Danny Garcia, 5 million, 40%. Ugas, 1 million, 40%. Bud offer, 0 guarantee, 35 pay-per-view percent split. That's all.
We don't know if that's to be believed. Like, I don't buy that.
But I'm saying, if you're the A side and you can make all these fights happen, why can't you make the fight that really matters the most? Why are you blaming?
Bud won't sign the contract. Like,
but hold on, wait.
Because the contract's fucked up. What do you mean?
But hold on, wait. Hold on. So let me ask you this. So, who's made the more significant fights in their career so far? Errol Spence or Crawford?
I mean, Errol Spence, it's in-house fights. They got all the welterweights. They got control 147. So yes, Spence clearly.
Okay, and so you would say he's had bigger fights, more significant fights. Errol Spence.
Yeah, he has.
And would you say Crawford's had a fight on that level?
No, not necessarily.
Is it yes or no?
No, I mean, he hasn't had a fight like Spence. I mean, I think Spence draws a little overrated. If it's not Texas, he ain't selling like that. But he has put asses in the seats, especially in Texas, Dallas Stadium. So, yeah.
So with that said, you know, Spence has a habit of making bigger fights on average than Crawford, but you're still blaming him for this. I'm not blaming Spence. Well, you're blaming his promotional company who's behind those fights.
I'm blaming the A-Side's promotional company on the situation. Yes. I mean, am I going to say Bud's not at blame at all? I mean, both fighters have a little bit to blame, I guess. But when it comes down to
okay, you said I guess. So what does Spence have to blame so far? Because you said both fighters. So
if you're the A side and you want to make it happen, I mean, I don't know, Spence. I'm not in the room. I don't know. None of us know that. But we always talk about this. None of us really know. But I mean, as the A side, you make the fight happen somehow. I guess, right? I mean, that's what happens in history.
You can't make Bud sign the damn contract. Like what?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Because let me ask you this then. Okay. So you old enough, you was there through the Pacquiao saga and Mayweather.
Yeah.
And Mayweather was the A side, right?
Yeah.
So you're basically saying it was his fault all those years that they didn't make the fight.
No, that's no. I'm actually. I thought Pacquiao didn't want to fight. To be honest.
Hold on, but who put allegations against the and had a lawsuit thrown at the other first?
Mayweather, right?
He threw out the his camp threw out the steroid allegations, right?
Mayweather, right? Mayweather threw that out.
Yeah, I'm asking. Yeah. And they got sued for that, right?
I'm sorry. I'm half Filipino. I love Manny Pacquiao, but going up 8 weight classes, not losing speed or power, but that's a different story. I'm not trying to. I plead the fifth.
So I'm saying, because if I just want to stay consistent with the logic, like,
I mean, not every situation's the same.
But why in this situation you holding so much on the damn promotional, but in another situation, but in the same last real big major fight, even bigger than this one, you know? So okay, all right, was it Canelo? So you're saying it was Canelo's fault that they didn't make the Golovkin fight all those years?
Actually, yeah, I think Canelo wanted to age Triple G out a little bit. Yeah.
So you don't. So, but even being Filipino, you still okay? Damn, like I don't know, nigga. Like
I'm more of a Mayweather fan. I love both guys are legends. They're both all time greats. But I'm just saying, I think in real time, I felt like Manny. I don't know. I mean, obviously Floyd. There was blame on both sides. Floyd, was waiting a little bit. Obviously Manny lost, got knocked out. But I'm saying, I don't know. I felt like.
I mean, because technically that's what's happening now. Crawford's waiting for Spence to keep taking tough fights.
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, like, but you don't see it that way. Like, that's what I'm just trying to understand. Like, you keep blaming PBC, but I'm like, PBC can't like hold a gun to Crawford. Like, are they supposed to damn kidnap Bomac?
Are we ignoring the whole PBC being broke, strong rumors that's been going on for the past few months?
Oh my god, those are just rumors.
What? I mean, there's context to what she's asking me. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, even with that, you still got Charlo Zoo for next year set up.
Okay,
and these niggas still and like there's no date, there's no big, like, how last year, every year you still got Tank Garcia lined up.
Not really. I mean,
Oscar De La Hoya said it's just up to the networks. It's agreed to and everything.
No, but what I'm saying is, that's been floating around. But like
Oscar said it himself.
For the longest time,
Oscar said it himself. Like,
he's been going. Well, Oscar's been going off. But anyways, Showtime every year. Let me
see, y'all niggas pick and choose when y'all want to believe people.
Hold on, because Pete's reaction to the PBC being broke, and even Pat said this on a previous podcast. On Showtime every year, they would do the beginning of the year announcement and second half. They didn't do a second half this year. Coupled with those rumors, I mean, are you guys not blaming PBC at all for this bullshit or what? I'm like, what do you mean?
I mean, even with that going on, if they made this man offers and they tried to make the fight and Bud's the one asking for meetings and unprecedented shit, this is why, like, my whole thing is whenever someone throws out some never before done shit, I always look at them as the nigga who's not trying to fight. And I remember with Pacquiao Floyd, I remember with the whole, since Mayweather never asked a nigga to get all the testing and shit, I always look at it like, damn, you got some type of doubt. You threw a wrench early. And that's how I looked at it. And then, with his father and all of them going crazy because he beat the shit out of Cotto, it just seemed like niggas was really spooked at that man at that time. You
talking about Pac-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, Manny.
Yes, the fuck.
No, but I always felt like Floyd was always gonna beat Manny no matter what. That's
you can feel like that, but we not fighting these niggas.
Well, I know, but I mean the same skill, like the clash.
Dude.
Floyd was
his own fucking father was fucking was on some like, goddamn, how the hell he beat Cotto? This, that. He gotta be on something. This, that. Like, dude. So I'm just saying, like, never before has there ever been somebody so dangerous where a nigga gotta utter that shit. And now when you hearing about Crawford wanting a damn meeting with Al, and in context when you even knowing like, and you put it out there that his mom is sick, and you're demanding something at such a crucial time, like I don't know, it just feel like you just putting up extra roadblocks and wrenches, and you being an asshole.
So I mean,
or you don't believe you could win right now.
I feel you. So, but you guys aren't blaming the promotional company at all for this not happening.
No.
Okay, all right, okay, y'all.
Because they made big fights previously before, and it's like Crawford never gave us an event like what the last time Crawford gave us a real event was the Gamboa fight.
And if PBC is so at fault, then why does Crawford want to come back to negotiate again after his Avanesian fight?
Because he wants to
doesn't make any sense. If he's using them to get leverage.
Yeah, and he could have had a tune-up all year. He waits over a year. He takes a fight 13 months.
One thing that I mean, Peter mentioned he did say in the end, towards the end, the fight was dragging, so that's why. I mean, the negotiations was dragging, so that's why he ended up taking the fight. Which,
Dude, you the best. I'd rather fight one of these young niggas. It's like, look, you got Keith Thurman, Stan Jonas, Boots, Virgil Ortiz.
By the way, since you mentioned those, he said, because he brought that up, he's like, how come you won't fight Virgil or Boots? He said, I would fight them. It's just I never got a contract. I never got asked about Boots or Ortiz. If they sent me the contract, I would fight them. I'm the best fighter in the world, and I would beat them. So yeah, that's what he said about those guys. No, they never asked about him. Like,
dude, Virgil Ortiz called you out and fucking after he beat up goddamn your fucking gym mate. Like,
so Virgil Ortiz lost both his mandatory spots, his number one spots to Thurman and Porter last year. Like, if Ortiz, I mean, come on.
Dude, look. Bud is fucking ducking, nigga. Look. he said he the best. If we as fans are saying, look, man, Ortiz and Boots, they're the real deal. They got necks at welterweight. Hey, man, somebody need to fight these dudes. They the next level. Like, I don't know. I don't think these old niggas can keep them from the top. Like, they coming for the throne. It's as the champions, they're supposed to be like, what is this noise I hear down yonder mountaintop? What is this at the bottom I see climbing up? Oh, a contender. Hold on, y'all say this nigga next, right? He got the juice, right? He worked his way up here, right? He made it to the top floor of fucking Geese Tower, right? Then yes, I need to fucking handle this dude. You supposed to kick him off before he reached the throne. You supposed to smack his hand away before he even fucking snatch at the fucking title or crown or whatever the fuck you protected. You know them niggas is biting at your fucking heels, nigga.
All right, like Crawford recent tweet says, it's okay. Like I said, I've been ready since I came into this division, and all I've heard was excuses after excuses. Get a belt. Take the easy road. I'm on the wrong side of the street. Why I want this contract and now fight next year? What's next?
Ortiz already called this nigga out, so he should be one. He should be trying to reach out, but no, he even denied it. Even there, he's talking about.
No, I feel you.
On my level.
I feel you. At this point, I'd rather see Ortiz and Boots get their belts, ushering this new era. But I'm saying. This new generation ain't gonna fight the old generation. This is the era of boxing we're in. We're not gonna see
the old generation not fighting the old.
But I'm saying, but we're not gonna see. But we're not gonna see no Tito Trinidad versus Vargas fights this day and age. And that's just kind of the sad state of what. I mean, maybe with 135 with Loma and Haney, I guess, whatever. But I'm just saying, for the most part, we're not seeing the top young niggas.
So at least we had Loma and Tio and Loma and Ortiz. Like we're not even getting that at welterweight at all.
Welterweight spelled WAIT.
So here's the funny thing. Spence tweeted out because Crawford's making this whole big thing about a guarantee, no guarantees. Now Errol's talking about he tweeted out he talking about he didn't have a guarantee and he was taking all the risk. Motherfucker, I didn't have a guarantee either, just a higher percentage. So Now it's like, okay, so if that's true, then you really can't complain because Spence didn't have a guarantee either. If neither of them have a guarantee, then what are we talking about? Like, see, this whole thing is silly.
Well, I mean, did Bud know that? See, at this point, he said, she said, did Bud know that Spence will have a guarantee? You know what I mean? Like, if he can't see the paperwork, like it's just a bunch of he say, she say shit, man.
Well, he said, Errol tweeted out again. If I'm not telling the truth, tell him to post the draft. AKA, he texted him about this because they have each other's phone numbers. Shit is weird.
These niggas some hoes, man.
Like it's funny because in Floyd and Pacquiao, the turning point was Floyd meeting Pacquiao in person at a basketball game and talking to him in one-on-one and giving him his number. And that was actually the turning point, and they were able to make the fight happen. They have each other's numbers, Spence and Crawford, and this is what we're getting.
Well, hold on, LB. So let me ask you. Let me reverse card. What percentage are you blaming Bud and Spence? And you too,
Bud 100%.
Yeah, this is Bud. This is all Bud.
100.
I'm blaming the. Excuse me. I'm blaming the nigga who's never made a big fight, or he just had his biggest fight last year against a guy who's been in a bunch of big fights in Sean Porter. So it's like, come on, man. Like, see, and I've been telling y'all this for years. I blame the fans. I blame boxing media. I blame all you motherfuckers for making Crawford a guaranteed Hall of Famer, giving him, lofty high pound for pound rankings, and he never provided you with a real legacy fight. And you've seen in interviews, he's always alluded to it, like he doesn't need the Spence fight. It was always Aram to Top Rank blocking it. And yeah, I blame Top Rank back then because I feel like they was lowballing PBC guys and bigger stars, and they want to do the in-house shit. And that didn't work out well because they never could provide a legacy fight. And by the time a guy like Josh Taylor was coming around, where it could have been a legacy fight for Crawford, contract was already up. It's like the stars were in line. So now he's by himself, and it's like you're getting 10 million for a Venetian, and you're trying to make it seem like he's a top 5 welterweight, when he's more like bottom half top 10, maybe fringe top 12, deserving of a big fight, but time's ticking, good, but they find like the company BLK Pride just seemed like it happened overnight. Everybody's looking at how the owner looks shady and shifty and got all types of records and
mob ties.
So, you know what's funny about that? You said with Avanesian, is Crawford is a WBO champion. Avanesian is ranked 6th in the rankings. The rankings from 1 to 5: Virgil Ortiz, Boots Ennis, Keith Thurman, Conor Benn, and Cody Crowley.
Well, we can count Conor Benn out. Conor Benn is like in the top.
Well, but what?
Yeah, but I know what you. I saw that ranking.
Virgil Ortiz, like he skipped dude, and it's like, look, if you're not fighting Spence, take Virgil Ortiz. He's already called you out publicly after he beat up your mans. It's like, what more? It's like that's a built-in promo. That would literally be his biggest fight. And I honestly think if they did it in Texas, it might have more.
Oh, that's a huge fight in Texas, bro.
It'll have more buzz than Spence versus Stan Jonas.
Oh no,
and both are fight of the years. Great fights.
Definitely.
But I feel like Spence is going to give you a good fight with Thurman or Stanionis, and Crawford is just giving you Avanesian. So once again, Spence is taking the fight where he could very well lose. I know niggas love shitting on Thurman, but if he catch Spence running into something.
Yeah, Spence has been kind of the mouth, like 3 fights in a row. Spence mouthpiece falling out, for getting raised.
This the same Spence who didn't want to come forward on Mikey Garcia. He had to outbox him for 8 rounds first. And fighting him backwards.
Danny Garcia rocked him a couple times and shit. Yeah. I mean, obviously the Ugas when he dropped.
Porter was rocking him.
Yeah, Ugas dropped the mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if that was somebody else when he dropped the mouthpiece and Ugas, got a free shot.
That's the thing. It's like a lot of people already favor Bud over Spence, so it's like, damn, I know y'all would favor him over Ortiz too. So it's like, what the fuck? What's stopping that? Why Evanesian? Like, Evanesian should be the co-main to whoever else y'all pay to damn be on the undercard for that motherfucker.
Honestly, when it comes to Virgil, I think Ennis is gonna get his shot. I think Virgil on Golden Boy. I mean, I feel like he's gonna, sadly, unfortunately, gonna get kind of freezed out a little bit. I feel like.
Oscar. Look, if Oscar could get the Tank fight and Garcia done, he'll look out for Ortiz. It's just the right fight has to come up.
And it's got easier way because he's on the right side of the street, literally.
Well, there is a small window for Boots to get the WBO mandatory for Crawford. It's a small window, but it's like I don't even think it's realistic. But there's a way that it could happen.
Explain.
So let's say okay. So we know Crawford is fighting Avanesian. Let's say Spence fights Thurman because Mauricio Suleiman already said the WBC is going to be making that the mandatory. Keith Thurman is the mandatory. He's going to make that. He's going to mandate that fight.
And Keith Thurman, he leapfrogged Ortiz a couple months ago. By the way,
he said the WBA and the IBF have agreed to step aside and let the WBC go first. So let's say that happens. Now, what happens if with the WBA? So we said, okay, well, Stanionis is up next. However, it's been said that Virgil is pushing to go the WBA route and get that fight with Stanionis. There's a slim chance that the WBO could order that fight because Virgil is number 1 in the WBA. Stanionis is technically what the regular, whatever that is. Like, so like,
and if everybody gets tied up, that'd be a good fight.
Now, if that fight happens, let's say that fight happens, Virgil and Stanionis. Virgil is number 1 in the WBO, but because he's going through the WBA, the WBO has to take him off the list. So it would go from 1, and then the next person at 2 is Boots Ennis. Mind you, the WBO has not ordered a fight in a while. So it'll be like in next year, it'll be a year and a half. So like they're overdue for it, and they could potentially order that fight.
Because Porter was the last one. I mean,
and that was a year ago.
Which he leapfrogged Ortiz. But now, to add to that, also, Boots Ennis did petition his IBF.
But technically, he can't petition for the IBF because he hasn't done the IBF has to do a final eliminator. They haven't done a final eliminator for Boots. So he technically can't, like, even if he wants to petition, just because he's the number 1,
he got to be the number 4 guy.
Being the number 1 doesn't make you an automatic mandatory. You have to fight an eliminator fight first, and then after that eliminator fight.
Well, the Clayton fight was an eliminator. I mean,
nope, it was not an eliminator. Nope,
it was somewhat of an eliminator. It was like, I mean, they were both ranked like 2 and 6. But anyway,
damn, how y'all keep up before this shit?
It was not
boxing nerds, man.
But the IBF did not consider that an eliminator fight. They said he has to fight, and they're gonna make the next match that they're gonna make for the IBF is an eliminator match.
It'll probably be him versus that number 4 Euro guy or some shit.
Yeah.
Probably.
But there's enough time in between that the WBO could jump in if that situation happens with Virgil and the WBA. That they could say, listen, we're gonna order a mandatory, and that mandatory would be Boots.
Do you remember?
Dude, hold on, wait. Time the fuck out. Like, Did you like literally kidnap all the ifs in the world to concoct this damn plan?
I said it's a slim chance, but it's feasible if the right moves are made.
Do y'all remember when the Do y'all remember when the IBF used to be applauded for its strict enforcing mandatory rules? What happened to that?
But there's technically still stricter than the other ones, if we're being honest.
Spence had a mandatory for IBF. It feels like in a couple. I don't know when the last.
That's the only. But I mean, he hasn't had a mandatory in 2 years for the WBC, because technically his fight with Danny Garcia was a mandatory fight
For the WBC, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so he can't duck that Thurman fight, and there's no reason for him to jump the 154. See, this is the thing people gotta understand. All this 154 shit they talking about is cap. 147 is like the poppin'est division if these motherfuckers would fight. But these niggas is trying to just hee-haw, pussyfoot around, and not. They don't want to fight these young niggas, man. That's what it is, and it's like somebody gonna have to prove themselves against one of these young dudes.
Not gonna lie though, Spence. I mean, I was, obviously the people talking about Spence 154. Spence versus Fundora 154 sounds amazing. I ain't gonna lie, sounds like a crazy fight.
Honestly, I'd rather see Spence Boots, Spence Thurman, Spence Daniona, Spence Ortiz before Spence Fundora.
Yeah, all right. I just think.
Why would Fundora take that fight when he's number one in the WBC? He's knocking down the door for Charlo. So
but his guy Samson, whatever his last name is, was literally pushing for that fight on
who?
The other day. Samson, isn't Samson his guy, or am I tripping?
Samson Luke.
Dude, the only way he take Fundora takes
that pay-per-view money. Seriously,
it's a big money fight, but it's like
it would be a big money fight.
If I'm Fundora and that fight is in some like June or summertime shit, I'm saying no. Let me get the Charlo
Zoo winner.
Fucking Zoo winner. But if it's after that fight or like if you can't get that fight by March, then
I mean the Spence fight's more money though. I mean pay-per-view Spence.
Yeah.
I mean that's kind of like is a legacy or belt when it comes to Fundora. He's a young cat, so you get the pay-per-view money.
It's both. Like it's a legacy fight and a Fundora Spence is a legacy fight.
Yeah.
But it's not for the no. But the thing is, he has to win it, because if he wins it, then oh my god, you have to make the Charlo fight.
Now if he loses, you beat the little bro, little big bro.
If he loses, then it's like them Charlo dreams. It's literally he has to do the whole Lubin thing.
He has to go. He has to rebuild himself. Yeah. And
you're trying to rebuild yourself in one of the most dangerous divisions.
Yeah, probably the dangerous. Yeah, the craziest division.
I thought that was the op busting at something. Then I heard that pop, like the fuck. But yeah, like but with Charlo, it's a big fight and it's legacy. But I just feel like, if the Spence fight happens, take it. I know you want the money, but man, I'd rather see Fundora take Charlo. I don't want to see him lose the opportunity before he get a title shot. Like he's fucking earned it. Like, and a fight like that just kind of like why? Like Spence. There's too many welterweights. I'd rather see Spence Tony Harrison if Spence has to move up.
It's a hell of a fight, yeah. Tony Harrison.
That's still a good fight.
Yeah, for sure.
I see Spence Charles Conwell, like nigga, like it's 154. Like you can just shit.
You pick two names out of a hat, and it sounds like a fire matchup.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is
it's just a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, it's a lot of bullshit.
Be fighting, but whatever.
Yeah, like it's like
somebody did a mythical matchup. We did that mythical matchup,
yeah, it is a mystical matchup at this point. Like a lot of this shit, like Barbosa Jr. and Teofimo's a mythical matchup. Shit, Benavidez Canelo's a mythical matchup. It's a lot of mythical matchups. Joshua Wilder is still a mythical matchup.
And like the Teo Barboza one is extra disrespectful because you straight up said, "I'm not fighting that bum. He does nothing for me." Like, fucking crazy that he just outright said that. At least the other ones want to fight each other. It's just bullshit in the way.
Teo with Barboza? You said?
Yes, Teo said, "I'm not fighting him. He's a bum."
And you know what's funny? Some Teofimo fans are saying, "Oh, you know, Pedraza's better than Barboza." I'm like, get the fuck out of here with
Wait,
that.
hold on. No, who said that? Who said that?
Nah.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying people in the group chat.
I mean, he's a former champion, so they'll say, you know, ranked all time. Of course, he's going to be ranked higher than Barboza now, who's in the prime in his career.
In 2022, there's no way
he's not a better.
He's not. No, yeah, exactly.
Nah,
but people are.
He's not a fresher guy, a better fight. No.
Yeah, definitely not.
But when you just say, "Oh, experience," and he's won a world title, yeah, like people got to stop like taking all time into consideration when we're talking about best matchups currently.
Pedraza isn't even better than Sandor Martin. Like, he should have fought Sandor instead, but he chose Pedraza instead of Sandor. Gotta love how that goes.
So it's like, and that's the thing. Like, if you'll fight like Sandor is a boxer, whatever, spoiler, however you want to say, and people say Pedraza could be like that, slow starter, But it's like, at least fight the younger version of that style, the fresher, younger, prime version of that. Like, not the guy coming off a fucking life and death war with a guy you already KO'd. Like, like this is like honestly, like this is like Crawford fighting Vinicius.
Yeah, here he's fighting the guy that got knocked out by the guy that he already beat. Like,
Lamont.
Yeah, this is literally.
Lamont Peterson beat. Yeah, I love. But I mean, I'm biased, but yeah, Lamont Peterson beat Anthony.
Yeah, I thought he beat him too. Like, I don't,
No, I think Lamont won that fight.
It was competitive.
I think Lamont won that fight, I think, against but Spence knocked out Lamont. All this bullshit. Like, this is trash.
And Lamont's a better name to have on your record than Venetian.
Yeah, he is. He did his thing at 140. He was really good at 140.
Whatever.
So I don't know if dude, like this is why people appreciate guys like Oscar De La Hoya career, because it just seemed like we were never short of a boxing event when he was at the top.
Oscar, Oscar did his thing for sure.
It was always a Corte, a Chavez, a Mosley, a Sweet Pea, a Tito, a Hopkins, a Vargas. Like, you just, for some reason, you just got the fights you wanted when you wanted them.
In perfect timing, everybody.
In perfect timing. They happened at least every year or every 9 months. But you got a big fight, man. And it's like, these niggas, for whatever reason, just can't do that no more.
We're blessed to see some of those fights. It seems as over the years, less and less we saw the fights that needed to be seen, needed to be made.
Yo, what's really gonna be the kicking of the dick in the dirt is if those Jake Paul numbers get out and they're pretty decent.
Yeah, I don't know what people how that will affect things.
I think 150.
It would show that a fucking YouTuber fighting a goddamn semi-retired MMA legend in boxing is more what the casuals want to see than
the
Wilder.
American heavyweights,
American boxing.
The only American heavyweight champion that mattered in the past 10 years? I don't know.
And just in general,
yeah.
It'll be a great look for Jake Paul and Silva, but just as a sport in general and to these other boxers, it ain't gonna be a good look like that.
It's a disgrace, but I mean, I don't mind Jake Paul, but it is a slap in the face to boxing, I guess, at the same time.
Dude, if I was in Jake Paul's shoes, I'd be doing the same shit. I'm telling niggas right now, get a YouTube.
No, I got boys at work and my homies from like, yeah, you want to watch the Jake Paul fight? I'm like, I'm trying to watch the real boxing. I mean, I watch the Jake Paul.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's just the kind of state I'm like,
see, and that's the thing. They could be entertained and enjoyed. They're getting what they want, but you following the sport all your life aren't getting what you want, and that's the problem. Yeah. And niggas is throwing up roadblocks and we gotta have a secret meeting of investors. I need Kevin O'Leary to jump out of an airplane and parachute, and I need Mark Cuban to come up in a submarine, and Al Heyman needs a teleport and show a holographic figure like the Emperor from Star Wars. Like y'all niggas want all this type of crazy shit for a fight that's not even bigger than Tito Vargas.
Yeah.
Literally, like, I'm just saying, like,
it's true. You're right.
This fight don't even feel bigger than Costa Zab.
No, that was a dope fight.
But I don't get the feeling that it's even bigger than that, and these niggas is doing all this bullshit.
Well, because they're the top niggas now, you know. I mean, and they're the top niggas of their era, and it's like it's a war.
Well, what they're making happen is niggas don't want to see it now. It's like, all right, fuck it. It's gonna just dry the money down, and when the biggest figures see, oh, they not even gonna dry no money for these pay-per-views, we definitely not gonna do that fight.
That's what's happening right now with the casuals. That's why I said wait till Jake Paul numbers will tell the truth. If that shit's anywhere, if that shit's 250 and higher, that gonna make them niggas look bad.
Put it this way, real quick. Put it this way: Leonard Hearns were literally the age of Bud and Ortiz, or maybe younger, and and they fought. And these niggas, Spence and Bud, are like 33 plus. You know what I'm saying? That's that. I mean,
Yeah, that's a damn shame. But yeah, like I think the casuals already moved on to Tank Garcia anyway.
I feel like it's always been that way. The Tank Garcia was a little more. I always feel like that's gonna do more.
It was neck and neck at one point.
It was neck and neck.
I've always been of the opinion that and it might be a little controversial, that I think that the Tank and Garcia is the bigger fight than Crawford and Spence, like popularity wise, and
it is
like numbers wise.
Always been.
Let me ask you real quick before: is Tank bigger? Who's the bigger cash cow for a PBC, Tank or Spence?
Tank.
Right.
Tank gets all of the nigga money. Tank brings in all the real nigga money.
I didn't see Madonna at a Spence fight. You know what I'm saying?
Like, he bring all the celebrities. See, Spence is like, he's that dude who could give you 20 and 10 every night, and every now and then he'll go off. But Tank is that nigga who he'll give you 30 and 20.
When he's showing up, he's dropping 33 type shit.
Yeah.
He'll give you that 40 piece.
He'll give you that 40 piece. That 40 average at 30, 20.
He'll give you that
40 piece. All dunks type shit.
Yeah. And the way he gets his 30, 20 and his 40 pieces, he does it in the most exciting manner possible. So everybody comes out to see it.
Alley-oops.
So this nigga's giving you Blake Griffin, Sean Kemp, T-Mac type shit, and a little Kobe in there. So
if a nigga ever scored 40 points with all alley-oops, he better than Michael Jordan, I swear.
This nigga said, if someone scores 40 points all alley-oops, they better than Michael Jordan. Really?
Yeah, but like I think, like, for me, I just feel like Tank and Ryan are the bigger, like, money guys, like as far as, like, attraction wise. Plus, like, Spence and Crawford, like, their fan bases, like, for the most part, kind of overlap each other. Whereas Tank and Ryan's fan bases are so far apart.
They're vastly different.
Like a Tank and Ryan a fight is like a concert. Imagine a rapper that can get hipsters and hood niggas together at a concert.
Right. Wiz.
You're right, because my little brother is like in high school, and I asked, "Oh, you watch boxing?" And he does. He doesn't really watch boxing, but then he's like, "Yeah, Ryan Garcia." Like, oh yeah, that's
what I'm saying. That
voice.
Yeah, no, I'm saying. Ryan Garcia.
That's like a Tyler the Creator and a Boosie concert all in one.
Oh wow, that's a damn. Yeah, that's a good way comparison. Yeah, that's a damn. Just imagine that, like, because I just show up for the Boosie part. So I mean,
like Boosie open up for Tyler the Creator. That's a crazy crowd. That should be lit.
There'll be hella bitches there for sure.
yeah, like you get your hood rats and your hipster chicks and your weirdo chicks and
everything
top models.
Got it, all of them.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah, all the colors of the rainbow.
Yeah. But I think
but you know what? I think Tank and Garcia did more to keep the fire burning for their fight too. And they're young, so
they're
that
young
kind of that pushes it more. Whereas Spence and Crawford, it's been like 3-4 years saga of this, and we're kind of like Rome said, it's like I think the casuals kind of burnt out of it, and Tank and Garcia like kind of just started as an idea, a thought, then it went to a knockout. It went to damn Tyson podcast and just kept going and going and going.
Yeah, and both guys getting knockouts, like it's the perfect time. And like I hope they don't. I mean, even though there's no belt on the line, I hope they don't miss the iron striking in this fight.
And they've had inactivity during these moments, so it's not like these niggas is on some Golovkin 2012 tear where niggas is fighting 5 times a year, bodying niggas like
yeah.
So that's the crazy part. But yeah, it's official. Like Tank Garcia definitely the bigger fight now, and it'll be the bigger fight next year when, or whenever the fuck, they'll probably go at it twice before Spence Crawford get it done. Shit.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's a good ending point there, because yeah, you're not gonna get any better than that. So I think that about wraps it up for tonight. Final thoughts, Pilot. Final thoughts.
Oh man, what can I say? This was a surprisingly really good podcast. I can't wait to play this back. But
fuck you mean surprising?
I didn't expect it to hit so good, man. Shit, like that's all, you know.
What are you? First of all, I want to say who are you listening to? But then I'm like, what are you a part of? Like,
somebody put some good shit in this blunt, bro. That's all. But you know what it is. Bringing radio all day, every day. Rest in peace to Takeoff, to his, his family, everything. Damn tragedy. Rappers gotta stop dying somehow. It won't happen, but it's fucked up, and that's life. And I feel jaded at this point, but you know what it is. Ringing radio all day, every day, even on Wednesdays, and love everybody. That's all I got.
Okay, Rome. Final thoughts.
Yeah, R.I.P. that nigga Takeoff. Mama, that nigga was that nigga, yo. I swear, like everybody already know. Like, if you know me, you know Takeoff is my favorite Migos, and that's real. Like, I can't believe that nigga's gone. The Migos songs are never the same, because when you hear him, when you know he's gone, it's just like a fucked up feeling, kind of. It fucks up the music. It really does. Like, it makes everything a tribute. Like, niggas don't want to just, do a tribute every time they play a fucking, trap song, nigga. Like, damn. But, that's the nigga. Unfortunate events. Whatever. Pray for Quavo, because, this nigga's going through it real hard right now. That nigga, everybody trying to blame this nigga. Life happens, nigga. Niggas get shot. Like fucking Cam said, niggas die every day. Sad situation, but shit happens. It's real. Protect yourself, stay protected, nigga. Ring it.
Okay, that's what it is. LB, final thoughts.
Word. I just want to be able to enjoy life like Pilot. When like shit that is supposed to be good is just extra better, special good than you expected it. So I want to be on that wave, like. Like damn, I didn't know this is supposed to hit this good. You a trip, man, but damn, I know it was like it was a pretty fun episode that just randomly came about because life happened randomly, and we all were just taken back by the news and waking up by it. the other day. So it's a big RIP to Takeoff. One of the dopest to ever do it, and from one of the dopest groups. This is just a sad situation, man. Like, just wish we could be on some Fist of the North Star shit. Everybody gotta throw hands. Oh, yeah. Just, I don't know, man. Just, it's the trees talking and just being idealistic, man. Just niggas dying too soon. Just to get out of 2022 is like mission impossible right now. But
we've only got 2 months left.
Yeah, man, that's the thing, man. It's crazy. Like, each month is just,
it's like niggas gotta make it. Let's make it, y'all. Let's hold hands. Let's pray. Let's stay on our toes. Let's help each other. Let's make it to the next year, nigga. We losing too many people too fast. Like, the world gonna end. Like, what the fuck y'all want?
I'm telling, dude, life is harder than a damn Sonic level that's underwater. Like, that's how annoying this shit is.
As an OG Sonic gamer, I felt that.
That was good.
Bars. That deserved the mama. Rodney.
Oh, man. Just therapeutic. It's a goat shit, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, we had to just end it on a happy note, man, because it's just too sad, man. Just a lot of depth this year.
But I mean, it's sad because, like I said, this is a great episode, and it came together unexpectedly because life threw us an uppercut, and it's like, sheesh, uppercut season in life. They be throwing them uppercuts, but just like Ring Gang, because Ring Gang always we know what uppercut season's all about, whether we're throwing them or getting thrown at us. So,
Facts.
Rest in peace to Takeoff. Your memory will live. It's gonna feel weird listening to Migos afterwards. You're gonna be feeling like when Pop Smoke would play in the club. I'm like, damn, shit's weird. Listening
Can't
to
bop the same.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, it's weird posthumously. So but the music will live forever. Legacy will live forever. Hold your head, Quavo. Hold your head, Offset. And let's just keep the memory alive. Migos and Takeoff and
keep the guns down. Jeez.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep your heads up.
Keep
your heads up. Keep your guns down, everybody.
Yeah.
Mama.
I don't know. I don't know what's something's got to change, but things will eventually either get better or worse. So
worse until it has to get better.
Yeah.
Or is that
it can only
point now?
It can only get better, right?
Yeah, it can only get better, but we don't know if we've hit rock bottom yet.
Damn.
Y'all niggas ain't got nothing to worry about. Y'all niggas ain't rappers. Like, it's me and Rome gotta really and we in Florida, niggas.
Oh yeah, y'all got the most dangerous occupation.
Like, shit, like we really man, it's almost like that episode in Atlanta. Like, if you ever wrote a verse and recorded it, like, there's a nigga that's gonna try to murk you.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like a nigga just going on Spotify. He's like, it don't matter if you just got one song, two songs. He's like, damn, he just come across my shit. He's like, damn, this nigga got albums. He said, who's this other nigga that's always featured on all his shit? Roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a 2-for-1.
Man, just these niggas putting out songs, and I'm still living with my mom's, yo. Word is bond, so like.
These niggas got a podcast. Oh, nah, I gotta get these niggas, man. Damn, we can't even go to the mall now. What the fuck?
It is what it is.
Oh, man, yeah, man. I'm sorry, man, but yeah, man.
No, it's all good. It's a part of life, but ring gang is life too. Boxing is life. So, and you know where to find us at ringgangradio.com. Check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Facebook. We everywhere. and we gonna stay here. Ring Gang is here to stay forever, forever, ever. So, you know what I'm saying? For myself, King P, Bodega P, for LB Shuttleworth, the GOAT artist, for Conscious Pilot, and for Rome Top 5, it's been another episode of Real Talk. If shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.
Mama.
Mama.